Hi, this is me, anonymously. Marla and I have now been married for a couple weeks and things are going really well. Our bedroom activities are still going strong, and right now we are still so much in love with one another. Around this time, we start having those conversations where you now really trust your partner. You know, the ones where you only told half your story earlier, and now you trust the person enough to tell the rest of the story, almost like a confession. Marla goes into telling me about what happened to her at the beginning of the year. She was having a really rough time in life, and everything seemed to go upside down on her. She hadn't heard from me in a long time, and the guy she was dating cheated on her, and I don't remember all the details, but somehow the new girlfriend moved in while Marla was still technically living there. So somewhere along the line, Marla took things too far, and she goes on to tell me how she had a grippy sock vacation. At the time, I didn't really think anything of it. I just saw that she had hit a low point in life, and that I was going to do everything I could to try and never let her get there again. I came clean about some of the things I was doing while we weren't together. Pretty much everything I was doing was wrong at the time. So we carried on, and I think we both got a little homesick, and we really missed being around our friends all the time and having roommates. So now we've begun discussing possibly moving back to the original city that all this started in. Now, remember, a lot of the things that start going wrong, or the signals that things may go wrong, I completely ignored or dismissed. I'm a pretty hopeless romantic, and I loved this woman almost unconditionally, which at the time I thought that's how you're supposed to love. I ignored any warning sign or red flag and just stuffed it to the side as if it didn't happen. I always said that we were better than our parents, and we were going to make it through no matter what. You have to love how naive a 25-year-old can be, honestly. We're getting into November, and Marla and I have our first argument. I don't know if you remember, but a few episodes ago, I speak of a woman that I fell head over heels in love with, and she played the game better than me and absolutely ruined me for a while. We're going to call this woman Tiffany. Tiffany picked me up years before Marla came back into my life when she sent her roommate over to me, and they had the greatest pickup line of all time, and I could not say no to such an amazing pickup line. So back to me and Marla on the West Coast. We are walking back to my truck from visiting some friends at a hotel, and I get a text message from Tiffany. The text message said, "Are you in this city? I swear I just saw you walking down the street with a girl." I text back, "Yes, I am," and she asked who I was walking with, and I told her that I was with Marla, who is now my wife. Well, Tiffany, being Tiffany, decided to say, "I can't believe you got married. I thought we were getting married." This is the first time I see Marla's temper, and this is the first time Marla and I have any kind of an argument. Now, I understand getting upset, and I understand a lot of the emotions that would come up with something like this. However, at the time, this seemed a little over the top and a little extreme. I had never really been yelled at like this for something that I didn't do and something that I couldn't control. Of course, she wanted to get on the phone and cuss her out and scream and yell, and I didn't see that that was going to be productive or it was the appropriate way to handle things. In my opinion, you ignore it, move on, act like it didn't happen, whatever you have to do, and then she disappears like a fart in the wind. I tried to calmly talk to Marla and explain that there was nothing I could do. I didn't create this problem, and if you call her, she's just going to push your buttons and make you more angry. I probably got yelled at for a good week or so, and then she calmed down, and it was never brought up again until